Hey, my fellow bankers. This is your host, Nafi Sparrow, the representative of many banks, back at you guys with another deposit. And this particular week's deposit, we're going to be talking about the correct mindset. We're going to elaborate on what is the correct mindset. Before beginning and mentioning Benny Banks' advice pertaining to having the correct mindset, I just want to express my gratitude to you guys for tuning in and banking with Benny. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So I'm sitting here thinking, right? What is the best way to make the Benny Banks podcast be the most popular, the most successful podcast there is? What is the best way to make it, the topic on everyone's tongue? So maybe if I just get the perfect frame, I think, right? Maybe if I just, get the perfect frame, the perfect shot, or I get the right co-host. Yeah, that'll do it, right? Then they will respect the podcast if I go find the correct co-host, someone who is more popular than me or who is more sociable than me. Yeah, maybe that's right. They maybe can connect the dots for me. So maybe I should go get them. And then, how about let's add on top of that, the trending topics that are being talked about in the current affairs, right? So maybe if I add or sprinkle that in onto the Benny Banks podcast and just turn each deposit into talking about some hot, juicy topics, and then they're tuned into that way, right? And that'll make the show popular. No, I got a better idea. How about maybe if I go and look at other individuals who are doing podcasts or other individuals who are popular and they are social media influencers and they are doing certain things with their programs and their brands, and I should just take a little bit of that, mix it in, and then maybe I might become more popular with the podcast. That sound right to you guys? That's what I should do, right? Maybe I should do all of those things and somebody might tune in and actually listen and might, maybe I should do all of those things, right? Hold on, I got a better idea. How about maybe what I should do is I should just sit back and just study them and, and hopefully if I have the perfect shot and I have the perfect thing, everybody will tune in and everybody will love me and everybody will listen and then they would take the podcast more seriously. That's what I need to do, right? What's wrong with this picture? All of these maybes. What is wrong with the bigger picture here? And this is what I want to express in this deposit to you guys today. What's wrong with this picture is that Benny Banks, he have a quote where he mentions the correct mindset versus the incorrect mindset. So he says the incorrect mindset is, I'll prove them all wrong. Okay? Having that mindset, I'll prove them all wrong. That's the incorrect mindset he's saying. All right? He says the correct mindset is they don't even exist. You get it? So instead of thinking outside or projecting outwardly, looking at what everyone else got going on and trying to show them up, so to speak, or try to say that, I told you I'm hot, you guys wasn't paying attention. I told you I was going to be able to do this, you guys didn't believe me, or that isn't the correct mindset to have, especially when pursuing your dream. It's not about them. So it's not about you trying to prove something to someone else. You get what I'm saying? You have to step outside of yourself in order to prove to someone else your mindset, your vision, your dream. No, it's not about that. All right? And the correct mindset, as he's saying, is that they don't even exist. So once you remove them out of the equation, now you can just get in tune with straight, pure creativity. You can concentrate on producing better content. You can concentrate on perfecting and honing in your skills. You can concentrate on redirecting and refocusing, okay? So that you can make sure that the best thing that you produce is that you're topping yourself and that you are actually pushing yourself forward, and you are tapping into that greatness that you have within you. But if you're so focused on the maybes and what these people think or what they think or how they're doing it or how they're carrying out this way, you're going to get sidetracked and you're going to become distracted. And that's not the right mindset to have when pursuing your dream. You don't have to worry about someone else. The only thing that should exist is your vision, your creativity, and you. And you're going to have what we call in between that period a trial and error, because that's just what goes along with the territory. So you're going to be constantly reshaping yourself, constantly failing at one step, or you might make a misstep at the second or the third. And guess what? That's all okay, because in that trial and error you are learning, and you are taking down the notes and getting the experience and realizing that maybe if I approach it from this way, then it might be better. But you can't do that if you don't, for example, remove all the distractions and tap into that source that you have, which is your creativity. You can't do that. So in this deposit, I want us to really take consideration into what is the right mindset. You understand? As versus what is the incorrect mindset. There is a no them. There is a no they. So don't have to worry about who likes the podcast. All right. If I adopt this mindset that Benny Banks is saying here, then there isn't worrying about who will like it, who won't. It isn't worrying about would it become popular or would it not. It isn't about who's going to tune in and who aren't. You understand? It's about me. It's about the creativity. It's about the content. It's about what I'm is pushing forth, what I am projecting, and my vision and my dream. So if I focus on that and I stay in tune with that, then I'm able to take it to the level that I need to take it to. And I drown everything out. And the finished product, to me, would never be really complete. But to the outside world, they would think that's my best. But to me, I'm always proving to myself that I can do greater, that I can do better than actually what was produced. And that's the mindset that I would like to adopt. So let's forget about they or them. Let's focus more so about you, your vision, your dream, and carrying yourself further on that regard. And this is something that a lot of people, when they start out, or some people don't even start, but a lot of people, when they start out, they're so caught up and wrapped up into how everything has to look, how everything has to, and they're only going off of what they see in others do. So what you find yourself doing is not being original. You find yourself being a copycat. You find yourself actually duplicating someone else's process, all because you are so mesmerized by their greatness that you think you had to adopt that yourself and say this is what people want. No, be yourself. Be original. Focus on you. Focus on your creativity. You don't have to worry about what nobody wants. You don't have to worry about having the perfect co-host who is sociable and who can, if I adopt the winning attitude here, the correct mindset that they don't even exist, then you don't need all of those things. You're hot. Your show going to be hot because you're hot and you're going to produce that content that's hot. And you understand? The right mind, the right mindset will tune in. They will catch on. You understand? That's how it works. But if I can't focus on the creativity, and this is what you should be saying to yourself, if you can't focus on the creativity, something is going to be occupying that space and blocking you from moving forward to what you actually can produce. And you cannot allow yourself to be gawking and be caught all up and mesmerized by what someone else is doing. There's nothing wrong with studying and taking notes from those who have preceded you, but you do it on a more educational side of things, and not so much more on how you can adapt or adopt their greatness into yours in order for you to be able to project that to the world and make your vision. No, because your vision should be your vision, and it shouldn't be someone else's, and it shouldn't be a carbon copy of someone else's vision where you're just taking it and placing it in yours and you thinking this is going to get you further ahead. No, you should really concentrate on yourself. And that's the thing that, you have to love about pursuing your dream. It's the process. It's everything in between, more so than the end destination. And that's the goodness, the struggles that you have. You're gonna constantly the challenges that are presented to you on a daily basis, trying to figure out the best way to tackle this project or to make it a reality. These things, you have to fall in love with this process. You understand? The countless retakes. You understand? You know how many times that it might take, for the scene to be cut, for that favorite movie that you like, or for that favorite track that you like listening to. You get the finished product, but you don't see all of the behind the scenes that they have taken for them to get to that point. You understand? So the director is saying, nah, cut. And they had to do it about 70 times, 10 times. I can be exaggerating here, but still at the same time, they had to redo it to get that perfect take, that perfect shot that they felt that they were satisfied for. And even though we are all humans, we know that we're never come fully to perfection. So even in that regard, we still try our best. So you have to realize it's okay to take a reshot, a retake. It's okay for that. But focus on you. Focus on your creativity. And no one exists in your universe. No one exists in your vision. It's just you and your vision. And that's how you're going to top it. And that's how you're going to be, you understand? And I want to just add in, as a representative, I realize now that the success isn't everything else that comes along with it. The compensation, the fame, the reputation, the popularity, the pats on the back, the accolades, all of the accommodations. All of that isn't the success. The success, I'm realizing, is you're actually living your dream. And no matter how minute that might sound or seem to you, you're really living your dream. So success is carrying out an action and actually doing the action. You understand? So when you carry the action out and you're doing that actual action, regardless of whatever, you are successful in that action because you completed the action. That's the point. So success is about completing the action. And that's what you're doing. During that process, you are completing that action. And you are living that dream. So you are successful in that endeavor. And you don't have to let no one else or allow yourself to become so distracted by something else or someone else or others to block you from really seeing the goal in front of you. You don't have to adopt that mentality that Benny Banks is saying, I approve them all wrong, because who are you doing it for? Your vision was your vision. It was shown to you. You were the one who imagined it. You were the one who envisioned it. Why are you worrying about someone else's input, someone else's outlook, someone else's, whether or not they'll gravitate towards it or not? Why are you even worrying about that? That's not even the point. Your vision was your vision. So why are you feeling as though you have to prove or show someone else up? That's not the mentality that you need to have. And I know it's not most easy, because sometimes we're braggadocious. Sometimes we like the challenge. The more people push at us, the more people tell us that you're not going to be successful in that thing. The more people put you down, the more setbacks that you go. You keep pushing against that grain. You understand, and you keep pushing it further. You say, you know what? I'm going to make them all pay for that. I'm going to make them all, and it gives you that feel that you have. But instead of projecting it towards making someone else see your greatness or showing someone else up, how about you internally turns that around and look at it as not proving them, but more so proving yourself, knowing your worth, and just topping your greatness. You understand? Topping your greatness. I did that, so you become your biggest critic. Okay, I can do something greater than that. All right, I produced that. I can produce something better than that. I invest in that. Okay, that was a good return. I can make greater investments. I embarked on this project. I like that project, but how about if I top that project? And now it becomes a me versus a me versus them. You understand? And then when you put yourself in that mindset, you're able to see things more clearly, and you're able to focus on the true greatness that you possess, which is your creativity. You understand? And this is the thing that we need to focus on most. The thing that's very, very, very important that we constantly focus on most is our own creativity, what we produce, what we put and push forth out into the world. You understand? Each of us has our own individual, unique style and characteristic. You understand? And it's okay, because that's what makes it so beautiful. That your uniqueness and your unique style and presentation and things that you do, it shows that it is beauty in difference and variety, and that people can appreciate a different outlook and a different a different perspective than one that they see. A world where it's filled with a lot of different visions, different worlds all in one world. That's dope. So this is what, I want to encourage, my fellow bankers, and something that I've taken from the blueprint of success by Benny Banks is that, adopting that winning attitude and having that correct mentality, so that way I can focus on my greatness, which is my creativity, and I can push forward, and I can actually outdo myself, because that's the challenge, is to outdo what you already produce, is to become greater and better than you were before. You understand? That's the challenge, the me versus me. And I think people can actually tune into that and actually get further if they understand that there aren't them, there aren't no they don't exist. You don't have to worry about that perfect shot, that perfect frame, the perfect person that you need, the perfect hype man, or perfect hype this, or just maybe if you was in this particular spectrum, or maybe if you did it just like that person did it, or maybe if you might be successful like they. You have the wrong understanding of success. If you are living your dream at this very moment, you are successful. If you completed one action that you set out to do, you were successful. That's the point. So it's not about, you happen to take from this or take from that, or be around this or be popular or be that. No, you don't need to do all of those things. You have to understand what success is, understand the true thing of, and you can actually push forth your dream. And that journey, that process, you need to fall in love with it. Step by step, every moment of it means something. The setbacks versus the successful moments, the moments that you actually achieved or accomplished something, or accomplished one goal that you had set out for, or two goals, or if you knock down this goal, or knock down goal number 2 and goal number 3, and you had a fail and you had a setback between goal number 4, and you failed 4 or 5 times. You need to appreciate both the failure and the accomplishment. And you should appreciate each part, because see, in the failure, you learned something. In the accomplishment, you got the result of what you have experienced on the failure and how you retweaked it. You taking that experience now and you seeing how it plays out. So you have to understand it. You weigh that, and you fall in love with that process. And these are the things that that really matters, man. Some people will tell you that, you can't be upbeat all your life. You can't be always in a cheerful moment, and that's true. I mean, we're always not going to be happy and upbeat, and life has this moment where it can knock you down. Life has this moment where it can, brings about sadness, or brings about some type of tragedy that comes your way, or brings about some type of disheartening situations, and then you have moments where it's fun, and then it's this. Okay, that's all good. But see, you have to realize that, no, you're not going to always be in one state. Okay, that's all good. But your creativity in whatever state you are in can never stop. And your goal, which is your dream that you're pursuing, can never change. And even though you might not be in that most jolly or that most blissful place, and your creativity seems to halt and you can't force it, and it's like you're not producing anything, that's the time where you need to step back the most and refocus, readjust, okay, redirect, and you need to turn it up, so to speak. You need to go in what we call beast mode and create that content that you know you can do. And you might say, well, I got writer's block, or I got creativity block. I can't push. But what you don't want to do is become distracted, because all creativity block and writer's block and all of that is that something is occupying the space wherein the creativity is supposed to be sparked from. And you allow distractions to come in and influence you. And whatever it may be, it can be from a tragic event that happened, it can be from a fallout, it can be from a divorce, it can be from a setback, it can be from watching this, or it can be from going through that, or all of these different things can be bombarding you, and it's preoccupying the space that you need to create. And if you can just channel and block that stuff out and really focus and become tunnel vision in your creativity, you can see that it is a never-ending stream. You understand? And that you have zillions of ideas, and it's going to come through, and it's going to go right through for you. You understand? And you just need to be able to block the noise out. Block out the distractions. And I believe that's what Benny is saying. It's a me versus me type of mindset, not me proving and showing them wrong, and that they don't exist, because that will become a distraction, and that takes away from what my creativity, my actual greatness. And if I understand this more, then I will be having the correct mindset, and my dream will actually flourish like I know it can, and I know and I believe it can, and that is what we need to be doing. So here at this juncture in your life, no matter where you are at in the stages or the process of your dream, even if you're at the point of the process that you're getting ready to write down your first goal, or sketch out your first plan, lay down your first plan, because you have to have a plan, okay? And lay out your plan and your short-term goals, your long-term goals, and what you want to accomplish, how to make your dream become a reality. Then all of that you need to understand is that the moment you have conceptualized the idea, the moment you have envisioned the actual vision itself, the moment that was there, the reality of it becoming a reality is that it needs to be real to you, not at when the world recognizes it, not at when you get compensated for this particular this particular talent that you have, not when your friend, your spouse, your significant other, your family, your children, you understand, they recognize this greatness. No, it has to become real to you. That's when it's a reality. Until it becomes real to you, until you realize that it's real, and that's when you begin to embark on the journey of making your dreams successful, because in that regard you realize that it's real. But if it's not real to you and you're not living reality, then it's just going to be an idea, and it's going to be a wasted currency, because the true currency, as Benny Banks has explained in the Blueprint of Success, he says, until you start viewing your ideas as currency, you will always be poor. And the true currency is your idea. But your idea can just be an idea. It can just be a thought, and it can never go anywhere. So you just lost something right there. So the wealth that you're trying to accumulate or amass, you really pretty much lost it, and that idea could have been worth zillions. It could have worth billions. It could have worth millions. But you didn't take the necessary process. You didn't plan. You didn't strategize. You didn't lay down anything to work out that particular idea. And that's normally what you find people doing. They pretty much give up because they thinking and looking through the lens of others and thinking that's what success is. Or I can't get my idea big like that, or if I can't be this big and I can't, have my name here, and if people don't love me like this, and if that person doesn't, again, you got the incorrect mindset. You keep worrying about, they shouldn't exist. They shouldn't exist. Stop worrying about if you have this, or if I was plugged into this, or if I was more sociable, or if I was more connecting, I had this. No, stop worrying about all of that. Just focus and worry about you right now. Are you laying out a plan? Are you working towards that plan? Are you taking the necessary steps that are needed so that plan can be fulfilled? People are going to look at you crazy. You're going to lose some people along this journey, and that's okay. And you have to tell yourself that's okay, because they can't see it. It's your vision, so they don't have to see it. But guess what? If you keep going hard, you push yourself hard like you need to, you're going to actually overcome that hurdle, and you're going to actually get to the point where you need to get to. And that's what I'm alluding to here, that we need to realize that our dreams are real to us, and they are a reality for us. And it's not about who sees it, or who recognizes its worth, or who recognize or realize it, or who say that it's a reality. No, it's got to be real to you. And that's what I wanted to share in this deposit today, in order to encourage my fellow bankers that you all have this greatness within inside you. But don't distract yourself. Don't block your creativity. Don't lock yourself off by adopting the incorrect mindset. Do you understand? Your mindset is important. Do not adopt the incorrect mindset. And the incorrect mindset, according to Benny Banks, taken from his blueprint for success, is that I approve them all wrong. More so, it's a me versus me university, and not a me versus them. Secondly, the correct mindset to have and to adopt is they don't even exist. No one occupied the space between me and my vision, me and my dream. And then that way you can tap into that never-ending stream, which is your creativity. And I thank you guys for just rocking out and tuning out with the representative of Benny Banks, who's trying to spread his message and encourage others and inspire others to live out their dreams. And I thank you guys for really, really, really tuning in on that. And that is something that is grateful and beautiful. Can you feel that? Can you hear that? You can sense that, right? Can you taste it? Are you experiencing it? That's greatness, my friend. That's greatness what you're tasting. That's greatness what you're experiencing. That's greatness what you're feeling. That's greatness what you're sensing. And if you want to wake that sleeping giant, that genius that lies within you, and make sure you stay tuned to the next deposit. Thank you for banking with me.